hey, United Kingdom, we're coming to you next week to do some live shows, so you should go to that. Edinburgh, Scotland, you're first.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Get ready.
September 21st.
Yeah.
We're doing the Scottish Storytelling Theatre Centre?
Center.
Yeah, in Edinburgh. I don't know. Google it.
It's right in the middle of town.
Yeah, we're going to tell our stories at the Storytelling Center. It's going to be great. You should go. And then London, it's your turn. We're going back to King's Place as part of the London Podcast Festival. That's Friday, September 23rd, and Saturday, September 24th.
Yeah.
Tickets are going fast, so you can get them all at tcgte.com/tour.
And they will be different shoes.
Very different shoes.
Yes.
Or the two London shows will be different.
Yeah.
And if you're going to go to them real quick, send us a problem to solve on stage at thecompleteguidetoeverything@gmail.com.
Your chance at 15 minutes of fame.
Yes, and $15 million.
Yep. It could happen.
Next week, tcgte.com/tour.
Hello and welcome to The Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
I am Tim.
Tim, how are you doing this week?
Tom, I'm high energy.
High energy?
Yeah, I don't know why. I feel like we've just been yelling at each other for a few minutes.
Hyping each other up, getting each other real psyched.
This is either a real good thing, hey, these guys finally don't just sound like laid back dummies.
Finally.
Or it's the most annoying thing.
Probably somewhere right in between, right in that sweet spot.
What percentage of new listeners to the show do you think listen and within a minute are shut up, shut up, shut up?
95%.
Yeah, right? But we live in that 5%.
Yeah, man, live it on the edge, just like Steven Tyler said.
Yep. If you can judge a wise man by the color of his skin, then mister, you're a better man than I.
Yeah. That was so wait, was he aspirational to be a racist?
Yeah, I guess so.
He was like, I wish.
Yeah,
I wish I
was
could see
smart.
color.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's famously colorblind.
Is that why he has so many scarves on his mic stand?
Yeah.
Just in case somebody in the audience is wearing the same color.
Oh, he can
you can't differentiate the
compare,
predator.
When you're colorblind, this is going to out me as a real doofus.
Yeah.
Is it it's different?
It's that you can't tell the difference between certain colors.
Certain colors.
Yeah, they don't differentiate themselves. It's
not
easily.
like watching an episode of Lassie.
Yeah. You mean in black and white? No, it's not in black and white.
We say black and white for Lassie, but there's a lot of gray.
Yeah, I thought you were going to talk about the later episodes that were in color.
No. I was not aware of these.
I'm sick and tired of people just saying Lassie was in black and white. Some episodes were in color.
Well, that's not something I would ever say, Tom.
Good.
Because I just don't have that Lassie knowledge.
And you never will with that attitude.
Yeah. So, yeah.
How am I doing this week, Tim? I'm glad you asked. Tim?
Wait, hold on.
What?
We'll take it over.
Okay.
Yeah, Lassie. Somewhere in black and white, somewhere in color. But anyway, Tom, how was your week?
That wasn't your line.
Oh. So,
read it the way I wrote it.
Sorry. Oh, yes. Many episodes of Lassie were, in fact, in black and white, but in the later years, they were in color. Although many people said the quality declined at that point.
It did. They switched out Timmy, too. They got a different kid to play Timmy.
But all of this is unimportant compared to my question.
Yes.
How are you doing this week, Tom?
Oh, thank you so much for asking, Tim. Tim, I've got a reason to be high energy because it seems to me, if you connect the dots, a certain lady named Taylor Swift has been listening to...
Wait, which one?
The famous one, Tim.
The pop starlet?
The pop starlet. Because it was only a few weeks ago on this very show that I pointed out all the ways me and Tom Hiddleston are alike. And told her, maybe it's...
You're alike in one more way this week, huh?
What way is that?
You're both not dating Taylor Swift.
Well, at the moment. But...
He might get her back.
No, Tim, no.
Things,
No, that's not... No, it's that she heard and she was like, "Yeah, I guess they do have a lot in common." The things that I liked about both of them were their age and height, or the things I liked most about Tom Hiddleston was his age and his height. So yeah, I guess really that's all I'm looking for in a guy.
So what? 38 and
not 38,
5'9".
No, Tim, 35 and 6'2".
Wow.
Yeah.
Those numbers.
Yeah, look at those numbers. Look at them. Look at them up on the big board.
Wow.
Don't they look nice?
Yeah, you bought that big board just for
3, 5, 6, 2. That's my locker combination too.
Those are also the numbers in Lost. The vaunted
those aren't the
lucky numbers.
But yeah, she
Spooky.
broke up with Hiddle Swift is no more, Tim.
Now, let me ask you this, Tom.
Yeah.
Would you want to date Taylor Swift? I bet she's very, very nice.
Do you think even in private, though, she's nice?
Yeah, what do you think? She's some sort of monster?
Some kind of snake. That's what people
everybody
say.
thinks she's a snake.
Yeah, they had to stop people posting
I think professionally,
snake
she does some things what you got to do to stay on top.
Mm-hmm.
She leans in.
She writes songs. She sings those songs.
She
puts them out on records.
People blame her because somebody calls her the B word in a song, and that's her fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom?
Mm-hmm.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
Do you think if you somehow engineered a meeting between you and Taylor Swift,
right,
that she would be like, hey,
why
he's
not?
What's his name?
Hiddleston.
Hiddleston? I don't think I ever knew his name. I think I've only ever heard Hiddle Swift.
Or Loki.
I don't know what that is.
That's the bad guy he is. Anyway.
That's the bad guy he is.
What was your question? Could I, if I arranged a meeting, that she would be like, you know what?
Do you think, like, if you were like, you know what? I think she's great.
Mm-hmm.
I think Taylor Swift is a lovely,
well, you stay
talented,
the hell away from her, Tim.
Young woman.
I'm next in line.
No, if you thought this.
Oh, okay.
And then you met her, and do you think you'd be able to be like, if you were like, would you do me the honor of...
oh, I talk like a real gentleman. Like
yeah,
this,
right?
Miss Swift, would you do me the utmost honor?
Are you a Southern gentleman
yeah,
at this
I'm a
point?
Southern gentleman.
But now you're not 35 years old anymore, right?
No.
This is like
I'm
you're 65-year-old.
I'm 148.
Wow. Do you think you could say anything that would make her...
Oh, it's
open
it's
to
as hot as a cat's tree today.
A cat's tree.
I'd have all kinds of fun sayings.
But what does that
turns
mean?
of phrase. It doesn't matter.
What if Taylor Swift asks you, what a fun turn of phrase? What does that mean?
Well, if I had to explain that to you, then we'd be here all day.
That's what you would do. Wow.
Yeah.
It was like a reflex on my part.
And yeah, see, you're becoming a little enchanted by it.
Yeah, I would.
Tim, I don't think
Sure,
I've ever
I'd
heard you
love to
laugh
go-
like that.
I'd love to go to dinner with you, Tom.
Well, I know a place that has the best sea bass.
What? How about you're not doing? Why aren't you doing the? I say.
I say.
I think that would really charm her. I think that really charms a woman.
I'd say that later. I'd probably go with a what now? What now?
I say. What now?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a great way to woo a beautiful, talented, multi-millionaire.
I guarantee nobody's ever tried it with her before, though.
You don't think some doofus Southern gentleman has come?
I don't think so.
Come on, man. She's a country star.
Yeah, that's true, actually. I'm sure that's happened.
Yeah. She's probably guys like you guys like you're pretending to be are a dime a dozen.
All right, so I'll just stick to, hey, you're from New York, I'm from New York.
She's not from New York.
Tim, she's the ambassador, for goodness sakes.
But that's just because Woody Allen is, like, unpalatable to people.
Well, I'd be like, so let me ask you, when are your office hours? That's the ambassador.
Do ambassadors have office hours?
She'd be able to be like, oh, that's interesting.
Let's talk more about
Let's
this at
talk
dinner.
more about this. Yeah, at dinner.
I don't think you'd have a lot in common with Taylor. I just don't think it would be a good match.
Like I said, I've got a lot in common with Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, but
so,
they broke up.
yeah, but not over his height and age.
How do you know? We still don't
It's
even
true.
know, Tom.
Yeah,
Maybe she's just like, this height is just
it's maybe not enough for her because she's pretty tall.
really.
Yeah.
You know a lot about Taylor Swift, Tom. You've
Well,
really done
Tim,
your homework.
yeah,
Maybe that'll impress her.
Exactly. Nobody's ever known this much about me.
I'm sure somebody just walking up to
Yeah.
Taylor Swift and saying as much personal information.
She's like, this is the first time somebody's shown interest in me.
Really? You think that would
Yeah,
be...
and she'd be like, and I'm, I had to be honest, I'm flattered.
All right, you're going to have to learn her social security number, Tom.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find that stuff.
That's sad. It's probably true, and
Yeah.
that's terrible.
And she'd be like, you're awfully interested in me. You're wearing this lovely seersucker suit.
You've clearly done the legwork. You've earned my time and
Yeah.
attention.
You seem to be wearing high heels so that you seem even taller.
Would you wear high heels or just lifts?
Uh,
High heels get the job done.
that's true.
So hard to walk in.
Yeah, but if I'm wearing the high heels, then she'll be like, oh, because I'm going to go through that effort. I want her to know, and recognize the effort that I'm going through. So, yeah, I think this is all going to work out now. I'm really looking forward to this meeting. When can you set it up?
Moving on, Tom.
Moving on to the topic at hand, Tim, which it's funny because we do probably once a year we do a iPhone episode on whatever they announce. And
Yeah, that's not at my request.
no, but
Or the listeners. They're not exactly clamoring
no,
for this
people always
episode.
they're
Tom.
like, oh, because people know that I'm into this stuff and they want to know what's my hot take, Tim. So it's either
Tom, you have used the word. I hung out with you for some time today, Tom.
yeah.
You've used the phrase "hot take." Did you just learn this phrase?
Oh boy, is this your hot take, Tim? Your hot take that
It
I
is
use?
kind of my hot take. It's a meta hot take.
No, Tim, it's either I tell everybody what I think on this, or else I'm stopped in the street every 5 steps.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
you are verified on Twitter.
Yeah, Tim.
Dang celebrity.
And
I'm cool with that.
It's
Tom.
just something.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's just something I have to deal with in my life
Yeah.
now. I didn't ask for this, but now
To be verified?
for any of this,
Well, you
Tim,
did
all
ask to be
the-
verified. You
Oh.
filled out a form. You had to sell them. You had to send them a bunch of information about yourself.
Yeah, but I didn't ask for it.
You had to. Well, you formally requested it. I would say that's asking.
Well, we beg to differ.
It's important to some people.
But yeah, Tim. But I do like the idea that somebody looking for information on the new iPhones, I don't know, these idiots talked about Taylor Swift for 10 minutes and then
First, they talked about Lassie.
yep. And I was like, all right, interesting. But yeah, Tim, today was the big Apple day. Christmas for Apple fans.
Did they all get free?
They all
things?
got, well, Tim, sometimes Christmas comes but once a year, but sometimes little boys and girls don't get the presents they wanted.
So it's a disappointing Christmas.
No, but I'm just saying, it's still Christmas. If some street urchin doesn't get toys, it doesn't mean it's not Christmas. It's just not Christmas for them.
Well, no, but you just said it's Christmas for
Yeah.
Apple enthusiasts.
Yes. In information Christmas.
At what point are we going to be like, all right, let's all stop rooting for let's stop being Apple enthusiasts. They just make the expensive products that you have to buy.
You don't have to buy them. People like them. Tim, you just
Nobody
don't like when
likes
people
them.
you don't like when people like things.
That's not true, Tom.
You don't like that I like Apple stuff.
I don't like that you are a blind Apple partisan and you root for Apple to crush all the competition. And like you're like, oh, well, Apple destroyed the music industry. So what?
No,
I hope they destroy everything.
We'll get into that later, Tim. Tim, they gave us this lucrative career that we have.
Apple did?
When they invented podcasting.
Oh, that's true.
But anyway, so let's get right into the news, Tim.
All right. Tom,
yes.
Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
You talk to everybody, I assume, not just me.
Well, I'm stopped in the street a lot.
You assume that everybody is up on this stuff. Like, everybody knew that this event was today.
No, that's why we're doing...
Oh, no, it's trending. Therefore, everybody should know this. No, Tom, nobody cares.
Look, I got a special verified alert about what was trending. They tell everyone who's verified, so we know, in case people stop us in the street because we're famous.
So that's what Twitter is for.
Yes. But, no, Tim, I know that that's why we that not everybody knows everything. That's why. All right, I have to address. You've been trying to take my dog's collar off so it doesn't make noise.
It's jingling so much.
Yeah, but then you took it halfway off and she just like walked right into the mic stand.
Yeah, well, maybe she should have an easier to take off collar.
That's the last thing she needs, Tim.
That's true.
So anyway.
Well, you know, dogs want a collar. We should get dogs collars that they could take off themselves.
Yeah.
Saves you all the work.
But so I know not everybody follows Apple stuff, and that's why we're doing this episode, Tim.
Okay.
To educate people about the little company that could.
Yeah. It's look, we're all rooting for Apple because God knows if they don't have our support.
Yeah.
Who knows what'll happen.
All right. Let's start with the smaller of the announcements, Tim, which was the watch. New watches.
All right.
Did they sell you on wearing a watch and wearing an Apple Watch?
Tom, I don't wear a watch. I have very thin wrists.
So do I. They make straps for everyone.
Yeah. The other thing is,
I thought you only had thin skin.
I do have thin skin. I've been noticing lately.
Oh no, you mean physically thin skin?
No,
like
I can see my blood flowing.
Skin?
I can see the movement
Oh
of the
God,
platelets.
Getting my skin caught on a lot of door handles lately.
You ever, getting old must suck when your skin like turns into paper.
Yeah, I was reading something.
Is there a day that you just wake up and you're like, oh no, my arms?
Oh no, my arms. Where are they? No, I was reading something about, what was it? It was like some supplement, and they were like, oh, or maybe it was like some diet, and they were like, oh, one of the downsides of this is like, one of the reasons why you have this thing in your diet is because it
folic acid
like plumps up your skin, and without it you get old people's skin, like your skin starts sagging. I think it was something where it was like, yeah, you lose weight, but like you do it without exercise, and exercise is like what tightens up your skin a lot. So they're like, without this, like your skin, like you'll still lose weight, but the skin would tighten.
I didn't follow this at all, Tom.
Look, it's just you can get your skin caught on hooks and stuff. So be careful.
Yeah, that's a terrifying prospect. All right, but you were talking about the Apple Watch.
Unless you're one of those people that likes doing the what do they call that? Where you put the hooks in your back and you hang.
What is that? What is that about?
Yeah, Dave Navarro does it, Tim. He's got
He sleeps in a coffin.
Oh, how spooky!
Yeah, he's got a spooky life. Hooks in his back and coffin bed.
He's got like a thing in his backyard where he just hooks in and hangs out, literally.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, what were we saying about the Apple Watch? You finally gonna buy one?
Now. No, I'm not gonna. Look, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't do anything. The most
it tells the time.
I don't ever need to know what time it is, Tom. I'm a free spirit.
Oh, well.
You can't chain me with things like, man, you gotta be at this business meeting at 12:30, otherwise the deal won't go down. Mm-hmm. Hey, enough of that, you square. Hey, is that a necktie or a noose? You know what I mean?
Man, then that probably really makes them think about all the decisions that have led to that.
Exactly. What are you gonna go? Pray to your God, the almighty dollar. Is that what you all do?
Tim, you're really making me rethink wearing a watch at all.
You're gonna practice at the Church of Adam Smith. He's the economics guy. Is that what his name is?
Yeah, I think so. From a long, long time ago.
Yeah. But he was like the guy.
Yeah, like the capitalism guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked with my thing. These the Occupy crowd knows what I'm talking about.
That's one of our biggest crowds.
Yeah. Sorry, what were we
new
talking about? A watch.
Watches.
Oh, the only thing that they showed off about the watch was like,
Yeah.
oh, there's Pokemon on it now.
That's true.
But like, guys,
But now you
nobody
can go.
plays the goddamn Pokemon
Everybody
game.
plays the Pokemon game.
Tom,
well,
when's
not
the
every-
last time you opened the Pokemon game on your phone?
It's been a while now. But I heard in our hometown that lake is still full of Pokemon.
Yeah, guess what? The summer's over. Those kids have schoolwork to
Yeah,
do.
that's true. I kind of didn't get. They were like, "Oh, look at the Pokemon watch is on, or the app is on the watch," and I was like, "Yeah." So
Also, what fun is that? Like, doesn't it take the playing the game out of it? If
No,
it's like
not really.
now when you're at a place, it'll just buzz and tell you, so you can just like hit the screen and then keep walking.
Well, I think actually,
I got a snizzle fish.
I think actually that is one of the things where they're trying to combat people not using it anymore. It's like, actually, I'll tell you what, the number one reason why I don't use it is because it sucks my battery dry. So like if I'm walking to
And also, it's a dumb game for children.
no, that's fine.
Yeah, it's not even for children.
But, like-
children don't have iPhones.
Yeah, they do.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw
God.
this kid the other day with a phone so big your head would spin.
I'm gonna have a kid, and I say this all the time. I'm gonna raise it in a box like a veal. This kid's not gonna have a phone. This kid's not gonna know what
I
fried
don't think
is.
they raise veal in boxes.
Yeah, they
in
do.
A cardboard box.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Oh,
So
that's
it can't grow.
oh,
It keeps its flesh
tender.
tender. Yeah, it does, Tom. I'm sorry. Did I tell you I'm a vegan now?
No, you didn't.
Yeah. I was going to be a teetotaling vegan, but then you offered me a beer, and I resisted for like 15 minutes.
Not even. I didn't even offer you a second time. I went to get like myself a soda, and you're like, "I'll take a beer."
Yeah, I don't have much strength in my convictions, but I'm working on it.
But you're gonna become a vegan?
Yeah, I think so.
How come? You don't like milk?
I
Tim,
don't.
Tim, you love milk.
Tom.
You're always guzzling milk.
Well, that's not about the milk, man. That's about the calcium.
Yeah.
And I just inject it directly into my paper-thin veins.
Yeah. You can probably just rub calcium on there, and it will go through.
Yeah. Where do they get? They get calcium from like calcium mines or something.
I think they grind up bones and put them in milk.
Yeah. I don't want to have to do that anymore.
You can get Tim. Actually, you know what? You can get calcium from eating chalk. So now,
Tom, this is you say this to make me sound like a fool.
No, I'm just saying.
I really want to eat chalk, and that probably means I'm deficient in something.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, if you want to chew on ice, like you're iron deficient or something. I'm probably calcium deficient because all I want to do is eat chalk all the time.
Well, Tim, now you would have an excuse because you'd be able to go around and be like, "Oh, I'm vegan, so I have to eat chalk." You could just keep a pack of chalk like a pack of cigarettes rolled
Well,
up,
that'd be pretty cool.
rolled up in your shirt sleeve.
And that would also give me an excuse to just wear a plain white T-shirt
Yeah.
everywhere,
And
like
then-
the Fonz.
And then you'd be pulling it out. People would be like, "You can't smoke in here." You'd be like, "I'm not smoking," and you pull out just one piece of chalk and.
Yeah. I'd probably keep one piece of chalk behind my ear at all times, too.
Yeah, but then it would look like you're going like white haired because it would probably like the powder. would get
Yeah, I'll
it.
be the distinguished chalk-eating vegan. Ooh, look at he's got salt and pepper hair. This is what an elegant man. He's going gray so gracefully.
But they'd be like.
But
"Is he
he's
wearing
also a badass.
Is he wearing a powdered wig?
Maybe I'd have to put chalk behind both ears so it would.
Yeah, so it'd be symmetrical.
Yeah. This is a good plan.
Why are you going to become a vegan besides the being able to eat chalk?
This is one of those things where I just like read an article and I was like, yeah, I'll change my entire lifestyle for this.
Yeah. You're 15, grow up.
I am kind of like, I operate like a 15-year-old a lot, except unlike some people, I don't play goddamn Pokemon Go with all my time.
Yeah, well, you're never going to fit in with all the other teens, Tim. You're going to be down at the park laughing at you. I'm going to be like, yo, this one guy I know.
I still think I could relate.
He eats chalk. They'll be like, oh, gross, what a lame-o.
Yeah, but I'm not trying. Look,
I'm
I'm
like,
going
yeah,
younger.
he is a lame-o. Let's go egg his house.
Yeah, but guess what? And then the fourth graders will be like, oh, he's chalk? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or like,
You'll
you know,
just have an army of fourth grade friends.
yeah, exactly. And I'll be like, form a human shield. Take these.
Protect me.
Yeah, take these eggs to the hits of all the eggs, and I'd make them get on their shoulders so they can be as tall as me.
Like Voltron.
Yeah, and wear a trench coat.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, if they wanted to, after they got off the shift protecting me from teenagers throwing eggs at me, they could go to the movies and maybe see an R-rated movie.
Yeah,
maybe they could go see Deadpool afterwards.
You'd buy them a ticket.
Yeah. I wouldn't buy them, but I'd pay for, like, if they did the trench coat trick, I'd pay for, a 2-for-1 kind of deal.
So you wouldn't pay. You would just go with them.
No.
Oh,
I'd
you would
be like,
give them your free one.
yeah, here's $12. If the two of you can get into this movie on one ticket, go nuts. If not, sorry.
Oh, I thought
Find another $12.
But you wouldn't go see the movie with them.
Deadpool? No, I don't want to see that.
No, okay. Because I was going to say...
He's raunchy, though.
You could probably just put all those kids on your shoulder and,
I don't want to put kids on my shoulders. These kids are purely to form a human shield to protect me from teenagers.
You can't go on their shoulders, Tim. They wouldn't be able to support your weight. Although I'll tell you what, it would sell a lot more. You got the beard. So even if a wobbly 9-foot-tall man came up, they'd be like,
I don't need to get on anybody. I'm 34 years old.
Yeah,
Tom.
but
I'm
otherwise,
almost old enough to date Taylor Swift.
You've got to almost. Yeah. Geez, I guess I got a ticking time bomb. I gotta make my move before you get in there.
Time's running out, my friend.
Yeah. No, I'm saying you would jump in because otherwise you got to buy 2 tickets, one for you, one for them.
I'm not going to the movie. I don't want to see Deadpool.
All right.
Tom, he's too raunchy for me. I told you.
So
I don't like that kind of humor. But we were talking about the watch.
Yes, Tim. New watches, waterproof. Hey, swim-proof, rather. You can swim in them.
What is the difference between swim-proof and waterproof?
Because, Tim, water pressure is what determines, like, how...
You, hold on. All
What?
the time, you talk in marketing terms at me.
It's the only way I can get through to you.
And then when I question them, you're like, you idiot. You don't know this term that, like, some doofuses came up with in a boardroom to sell me shit, like, 6 weeks ago?
This is not an app. You think Apple waits till the last minute?
6 weeks? I think they settled on calling it swim-proof over waterproof.
Well,
swim-proof isn't a thing, Tom.
No, it is a thing.
Oh, it's a thing. Swim-proof. Oh, we've been saying... Show me in a textbook from the 1950s where it says swim-proof.
Maybe I will, Tim. Bring me a textbook from the 1950s.
I got tons of them.
No, because the current one, or the old one, was splash-proof. But
yeah, okay.
The further down you go in a pool or the ocean, the more water pressure there is, the harder it is to waterproof something.
Okay.
And that's like a standard grade.
No, I mean, that's a standard fact.
Right.
But, like,
no, but
those are marketing terms.
No, but there is, like, certification.
No, there's not.
There is certification for different levels. And this, you can swim up to 50 meters.
Who told you this? Johnny Ive? Did Johnny Ive tell you this, Tom?
50 meters.
I'm only hanging out with that boy.
50 meters down you can go. That's far.
What's
Tim.
50 meters?
It's like...
in, like, real...
Like 120 feet, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to do that?
Yeah. Just to test it out.
You and James Cameron?
Yeah. No, well... he goes way further down. That's why he needs a whole submarine.
James Cameron's way braver than I'd like to admit. Than we'd
So,
all like to admit.
James Cameron's brave, but astronauts aren't.
Yeah.
Tim,
He's piloting that thing, and he's going
what
way
do you
underwater.
think the astronauts are doing?
If that thing breaks, he can't breathe underwater. And there's like aliens down there. Tom, the creatures that live deep underwater are scarier than the aliens in all of our science fiction.
No.
Oh God! You ever see these snorks that live down there or whatever?
You ever see Alien the movie or
Yeah.
Aliens?
You don't think there's stuff like that going on in the deep?
No, I don't. Not like that.
Well, all right. Well, those things don't even exist.
They might.
In space, we don't even see any aliens.
In space, no one can hear you scream.
That's true, except for,
Underwater, people can hear you go. Whoa.
Yeah, as you're dying.
Yeah.
Space is easy, Tom, because all you have to do is sit in a chair, and hundreds of people in Houston flip all the switches and press all the buttons. James Cameron is tooling around in his little thing. He's got his 2 levers that he has to pull. One to make it go front and back, one to go side and side.
Yeah.
Puttering around down there. He's a brave man.
So anyway, well, this watch would be for him then. It's a watch for brave people.
Yeah.
One of the cool things about the watch, which you're going to be like, "Bleh," is so it's tough to waterproof something. The watch has a speaker. I don't know why. I've always kept my watch muted because I don't want another thing making noise.
Yeah.
But
They should just make nothing make noise.
yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. All right, go on.
So
Actually, if they took the speakers off iPhones and Androids, how would people listen to
music on the subway?
music on the subway?
Yeah, or on the bus, or
Yeah.
just sometimes walking down the street.
Yeah.
Well-
One time, a guy was trying to impress a girl with his rapping
Yeah.
on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
It was so loud. We were all at the one end of the bus.
Yeah.
And he was playing this girl his demo or something, and the bus driver had to get on the loudspeaker and was like, "Turn that down, idiot!" And it happened a bunch of times, and he never turned it down. And I was too afraid to say anything.
And did he wind up marrying that girl?
Yeah, and her name was Beyonce Knowles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What a
Beyonce
meet cute.
Carter, nay Knowles.
So anyway, that's the toughest thing to waterproof is like the speaker, right?
The speaker that isn't used for anything.
Right.
Okay.
So get this, Tim, because you can't just like seal up where the speaker is, because then the air can't move and the air won't get out and it won't make any noise.
Speaker won't be a speaker.
Yeah. So
Learned that the hard way.
when you get out of the pool after you've been swimming all your laps, Tim, guess what? The speaker goes and ejects the water out.
Burps out the water.
Yeah. Goes.
That's pretty cool, I
Yeah.
guess. But like the speaker doesn't serve any function otherwise.
No. It still serves like it's still a speaker, but that's how they.
What kind of sounds come out of the speaker?
All kinds. Dings, bings. You can take a phone call on the watch.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, if I saw that,
And it's got like speakerphone. If you saw that, you'd be like, oh my God, is it Dick Tracy?
I'd be
Are the comics coming to life?
barfing out of anger.
Tim, sometimes I've called you on my watch. You haven't even known it.
That's not true. You've never called me. I don't think we've ever spoken on the phone.
Not in a long time.
Yeah.
Really no need to with Snapchat. But Tim, it's not all good news. They got rid of the gold watches. No more gold Apple Watch. But there's now a ceramic watch, which is the same material your toilet's made out of, and that's the most expensive new watch. It's $1,200, $1,300.
What was the gold watch?
$10,000 it started at.
Who bought that?
Jerks. Probably. I saw somebody with a gold Apple Watch once in my building, and I was like, pff.
You live... Hey, pal. You live in a garbage apartment building. What are you doing with this?
Exactly.
It smells like trash everywhere.
Yeah.
There's this one apartment where when the guy leaves, his dog just barks and barks and barks for hours on end.
Yeah.
Why don't you work on living in a better place without a dog barking instead of spending $10,000 on a watch?
Well, the thing about the gold watch is I actually think the gold watch looks pretty nice, and you can like go and get your regular watch gold plated and it'll look exactly the same. And most not like super high end watches, but like a lot of gold watches are just gold plated. But
you care so much.
But then
about
if you get your Apple Watch gold plated, it's like, oh, were you trying to look like you got a $10,000 watch? So just get the toilet bowl watch.
Ceramic, I don't know why it appeals to me so much, but if I were, I'd be like, if I could get one for free, I'd want the ceramic.
Yeah, well, you probably think it's like chalk that you can eat it if push comes to shove.
Yeah, probably not even if push comes to shove. Just I'd plan on.
I should show you because they have on the
course of events.
They have on the website, because they get all like fetishy about like how things are made, and they've got like a whole like, these are the steps. The first step of the ceramic, Tim, looks like a nice big piece of chalk. It's nice and dusty.
I don't know about the dust.
That's like the accoutrements of chalk. But anyway, Tim. Burying the lead, because the big news is the new iPhone.
Right.
iPhone 7.
Right. What do I have?
You have the 6S.
Yeah.
Success. The iPhone success. That's what's led you to all your success.
And, yeah. Okay.
So, the new iPhone, Tim. Are you gonna upgrade from the 6S?
I don't think so. My phone works fine. Also, in addition
How would
to
I know
becoming
you've never called me?
Teetotaling vegan.
Are you going to get like a flip phone?
Yeah, I think I'm going to become like a Luddite gradually.
Well,
oh, Grandpa, I'm still cool and young. I like the
so
Pokemon.
wait, how are you going to become one gradually? By just like staying where you are with technology?
Yeah, and then this thing's going to break at some point, and then I'll just be like, I don't need to replace it.
Back to payphones for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the new iPhone.
People used to put payphones on their ears.
They still, you can still use a payphone.
Yeah, but nobody does.
Yeah.
People use it as a toilet now.
Which is funny because now people are dying to wear a toilet on their wrist.
Yeah. Wow. How things have changed.
Yeah. I'm getting one. I'm very excited.
I'm sorry. I didn't ask you. We'll take it back.
Yeah.
Some people use a payphone as a toilet now. But anyway, Tom, do you plan on getting this iPhone 7?
Well, Tim, it's funny you ask. I do plan on getting the iPhone 7. I'm very excited about it because I had a 6. I didn't get the 6S. And now I can get the new one.
Wow. This is incredible.
Listen, that's not all, Tim. I think I'm going to get the big one. The really big phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They got you.
They got me.
For years, you talked about how dumb people were for having big phones, and then Apple starts making big phones, and you're
now
like,
I'm the dumbest of them all. Yeah. Well, I've been so I actually sold my iPhone 6 while
it's not interesting to anybody.
Listen,
least
while
of all
the prices were hot, and I've been using an old iPhone 5, and I do like the small phone. They've all got their pluses and minuses, Tim.
Okay.
So I'm going to get the big one. And I'm going to get one of the black colors. I'm not sure which.
There's
black and there's jet black.
These guys are dicks.
What? Jet black? That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, is it made of an actual jet, though?
It's made out of jet exhaust.
Wow.
Yeah, they just fire up the jets in front of a whole line of phones.
Wow.
And then one guy...
Seems wasteful.
And one guy stand there like...
just holding him up?
Yeah.
Yeah, but luckily he's making 6 cents an hour.
It seems wasteful, Tim, until you think about those jets are taking off one way or another. So you might as well make use of them.
Yeah. I thought you said one of the colors looked too shiny.
That's the jet black.
So you don't want jet black.
I don't think I'm going to get the jet black, Tim. It looks too shiny.
Nice.
Yeah. It's got like a piano gloss to
Isn't it called piano black?
No, it's called jet black. They thought it was going to be called the rumor mongers.
Right.
But, that does describe it, I think, that it's...
It's all so stupid. You don't care about any of this stuff when it's not made by Apple. You don't care about the design or the name of the color. Name the color of anything else here, like the proper manufacturer's color.
Eggshell white.
That's not true. What's eggshell white?
It's the color of my walls.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Your walls are yellow.
They're not
Eggs
yellow.
aren't yellow.
I don't have yellow walls.
I cracked an egg the other day. It was like black inside.
Oh, that's a bad omen. I think the devil's coming.
Yeah, probably. Through my eggs. This is why I got to become a vegan, dog.
Yeah, geez, get rid of those eggs.
Yeah. Get rid of all the eggs.
Before they get rid of you. But Tim, a little controversy with this phone, Tim. No more headphone jacks.
Right.
Hit the road, headphone jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, headphone jack, don't you come back no more. What'd you say? I couldn't hear. No headphone jack. No more.
There you go. People.
I wish people could have seen the exuberant look on your face as you were encouraging me to keep saying.
Yeah, I kept giving you another verse. Encore. Yeah, Tom, here's what I saw.
Yeah, what's your hot take, Tim?
People freaking out on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the way it's pronounced.
Like, oh, I can't believe they're taken away. And then, really angry.
Mm.
And then the opposite people being really angry. Not like, oh, Apple's great, but people like, you care this much? Shut up. Like, if this is what you have to care about, it's like, all of you just shut up. Just shut up. People are dying, goddammit.
But that's the entire internet, that anyone expressing any kind of anger at anything immediately gets like...
Or maybe just don't tweet about it. Maybe, like, who cares?
But I'm saying, like...
Who cares about anything?
Even just a handful of people tweeting or posting about anything gets picked up everywhere. And then everybody else has the, like, oh, why do you care about this that much? Oh, it's just a stupid thing. And
it's all stupid.
And
except
meanwhile,
for when they shot that poor girl.
Meanwhile, most people, 99% of people are like, oh, whatever. Oh, it comes with headphones that go in the other jack? Okay.
Yeah.
And it comes with an adapter so I can keep using my headphones?
I'll tell you this
I would
much.
prefer it didn't so I didn't lose that adapter, but okay.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, for a company that's like, everything is designed so sleekly and perfect, and they're like, and if you want to use your headphones, just like attach this weird ugly thing to it. It's like, well, then
attach this dingle on there.
Yeah, maybe I don't want to put the dingle on my phone.
Well, you can keep it attached to your headphones.
That's an inelegant solution from an elegant company, Tom. A company whose marketing relies on elegance.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I guarantee that the next iPhone doesn't come with that dingle.
Yeah, by then we'll all have drank the Kool-Aid.
Well, yeah, because they'll put it in there.
Worshipping at the altar of Steve Jobs.
They'll put it in there to shut everybody up this time, and then next time when it's not in there and people freak out, they'll be like, well, the last one didn't have a headphone jack either.
Yeah, that's true. It's like that famous Steve Jobs quote.
Mm-hmm.
These fucking bastards. We'll make them do whatever we tell them because we're Apple and we're the devil.
Wow.
Yeah, do you remember that
no.
quote? Did you even read that Walter Isaacson book?
Did the eggs tell you this?
The man from the egg told me this.
Oh, no. Tim, if you came in and you just...
The specter that emerged from the egg.
If you just nonchalantly told me, you were like, I don't know. The man from the egg told me that the new iPhones aren't that great. I'd be like, what? I'd be like, all right, you have to go
No,
Don't
you'd be
ever-
like this. You'd be like, Mork?
Yeah. Then you say nanu nanu.
Mork from Orc said this? I find that hard to believe.
So the adapter is fine, but they introduced these AirPods?
Like, you don't
No,
know.
I forget what they're, because I
iPod.
no, because it's ear pods and then AirPods, I think.
Wait, ear pods?
Ear
What are
pods.
ear pods?
Like earbuds.
Airbud.
See, it's getting confusing.
Yeah.
But I think they're called AirPods, or the headphones.
Okay, so
The wireless headphones.
which is the dog that plays basketball?
That's Airbud.
And which is the one that plays football?
That's
Airbud wide retriever.
Yes.
Yes. I'm trying to think. Was there a baseball one? Probably.
Oh,
But
there was one of everything.
But how the hell does a dog play baseball? What position would he play? He'd be good in the outfield, I
DH.
guess, but probably not even.
Oh,
like-
no, he could catch the ball and run in at shortstop. That's where you want a dog.
Wait, what?
You want a dog at shortstop.
Why?
Because if there's like a grounder, he can grab it and run it to the base. Because you don't want him in the outfield because he's never gonna be able to throw it
Right,
to
but
first.
if he catches it on a fly,
yeah, then that's good.
but then like unless there's 2 outs, a runner's gonna tag.
right, and he's not gonna
He
be able to
can't
get there in
throw.
time.
He can't whip his head. He'll get whiplash.
So that's what I'm saying, Tim. Shortstop, it's right there. He can get it to base quickly enough.
But here's what I'm saying: tough play at short.
Yeah,
He's not going to be able to outrun. Like, I know dogs are fast,
right.
but what about like I don't know, one of the faster
A
men?
real fast baseball player.
Yeah.
What if one of the fast men is against him? Well, Tim, I mean,
And there'd be a lot of collisions at first base, but I guess everybody would be like, "Oh, it's a dog."
yeah. Oh man, you slid into a dog, they'd run you out of town on a rail.
I think the most impressive thing about Air Bud in any of these movies is that like he doesn't just run around
Yeah.
or like run out of the stadium or whatever.
No, of course. You wouldn't be able to
Or,
make
like,
a movie
there's a
then.
hot dog vendor and like he just runs
Yeah,
to the
but
stands.
once in a while that plays in.
Do you think?
Do I think? Yeah, of course. At some point, like, some hot dog vendor is going to be looking the other way, and Air Bud's going to take a hot dog out of the
Yeah,
thing.
but do you think he would shirk his duties on the field or court?
No, he probably does that at halftime because he's not going to listen to the speech. He doesn't know. Can't understand it anyway.
speech? Oh.
The halftime speech.
From like the coach?
Yeah, no. From and now, ladies and gentlemen, the halftime speech. And it's just an orator comes out into mid-court and gives an impassioned speech about a topic of his or her choosing.
Wow, that would be a terrible way to spend halftime. I prefer the half court shot for $1 million.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we all do.
I mean,
But enough about Airbud.
the most enjoyable part about the half court shot is that when they miss it, you can go, "Oh, you fucking moron! I would have gotten that. You should have thrown it harder or
No.
lighter."
This is how you go through life, Tom. I want to see
Knowing-
him make it.
Oh no, I like seeing them make it unless they're a jerk.
Yeah, but how can you tell if someone's a jerk
Oh, I
just
can
by what
I
they're
can
wearing?
spot a jerk from 1,000 yards, Tim.
Tom, if you could judge a wise man by the color of his skin,
Exactly.
Mister, you're a better man than I.
Yeah, and I am a better man than Steven Tyler.
You're a racist?
I'm a better racist than Steven Tyler could ever be. They are called AirPods.
Okay.
I looked it up.
Okay. So what are they?
They're
You started talking about them, and then
they're
we-
wireless headphones, but like they don't even have a wire between them. They look exactly like the regular headphones that come with an iPhone, but you cut the cable off.
cut the cord.
Cut the cord right at the top. You
Right.
cut both cords.
Yeah, they also look like earrings.
They do.
Yeah, I'm not gonna walk around with earrings.
People think you're a pirate.
Yeah. And then next thing you know, Navy
Did you ever
SEAL
think
is-
about getting an earring like when you were young?
No.
When you were street tough?
No, did you? I bet you did. You had a goatee in high school.
Yeah. I was like, if I had a diamond stud in one ear, I have it
Should
all
really take it
figured
to
out.
the next level.
Yeah. No,
Maybe
I never.
I can get some chaps as well.
I never thought about getting. I thought for like a half a second. I think like the first time
A denim shirt. Did you ever have a denim shirt?
No, but I think the first time I saw a guy with like the two small hoops, I was like, oh, it kind of does look like a pirate. That's pretty neat. Maybe I should do that. But literally 5 seconds later, I was like, no.
Pirates are shitty. I never wanted to. I never wanted to.
They're thieves.
Yeah, they're just scoundrels.
Yeah, they're real. They're shitty to everyone and each other.
Yeah, they do some bad things, man. If pirates, well, I guess pirates are around now.
Yeah. I mean, you seen Captain Phillips?
I haven't. I've. You know what, Tom? I don't think
They take over Sully's boat.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Man, Tom Hanks really has the captain.
Yeah.
The heroic captain market cornered these days.
Yeah.
And I thought he was just a man that can play a boy who got big.
No, he can do it all. The new phone is also splash proof, Tim. Not to be confused with swim.
Yeah,
you can't go swimming with this phone, Tim. You can splash it a little bit. You can maybe put it on the edge of the pool.
I could splash my phone a bunch. I splashed my phone.
Yeah.
Nothing
but now
bad
it's like
happened.
officially splash proof.
So what?
Because it doesn't have that rascally headphone jack that was letting all the water in.
That's true. People are so... I don't even want to talk about this headphone jack. It seems absurd that...
Well, now that it doesn't have headphone jack, Tim, they put another speaker in, so it's even louder on the bus.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what they did with that space? They didn't increase the battery?
No, it's got better battery, too.
Fools.
It's got better battery, too.
I should be the CEO of Apple.
Well, you can't. He's dead.
Okay, one last thing I want to talk about. Oh, wait, what do they say at the keynotes?
Oh, one more thing.
All right, let's try that again. All right, well, that's it.
That's not how they do it.
Wait,
He doesn't do it as like asshole, like, oh, he's not Columbo.
Just one more thing.
There's just one thing I forgot to say.
The iPad.
Yeah.
Did they do any iPad things?
Not officially. Not like they...
Officially?
Well, I mean, not like during the keynote. Like they lowered the price and changed like the storage space and like got rid of like maybe one or two.
Maybe I'll get myself an iPad, Tom.
Maybe.
Everybody else is getting iPhones.
Mm-hmm. You're
Guess
going to
what?
go the other way.
Buck the trend.
Yeah.
It's always what the smartest investors do.
Mm-hmm.
Tom?
Yeah.
They brought a tiny little jumping plumber on board, huh?
Yeah, they had Miyamoto, the creator of Mario, come out.
Who, that guy's getting a little bit like Stan Lee at this point, right?
Oh,
Where
very
it's
much
just kind of
so.
like, all right,
Yeah.
we get it. You invented this thing.
Well, but he is, the difference between him and Stan Lee is like he's still like
Not
super
a
involved.
creep.
Well, he's just still like he's still making like
I don't want
the
to say
games.
bad things about Stan Lee
Yeah.
because, you know, let's just say his
created-
skin is very thin.
He created some of your favorite characters.
Hey, Kevin Smith loves him.
Excelsior. That's
If he's
Stan Lee.
good enough for Kevin Smith, he's good enough for me. That's the same way I feel about Jason Mewes.
Mm-hmm.
The same way I feel about...
You know, a lot of people love Stan Lee, Tim.
Who likes Stan Lee?
He's a 93-year-old man who created beloved characters. You talk
always-
about him like he's public enemy number one.
No. Just saying, he's probably grabbing asses when nobody's looking. You don't think that's happening?
No, I don't think so,
It's like,
Tim.
Stan Lee, he's so old, I'm not going to say anything, but he grabbed my ass.
Yeah. Excelsior.
He's fine. He's great, but he's just like, I did everything. It's like,
Yeah.
you didn't do everything.
Yeah,
Maybe he did. I don't know anything
he
about
stole
comics.
a lot of credit.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, they brought out Miyamoto to show off Mario. That's like the one thing everybody always wanted. Give us
You know what?
a
They
Mario game for
said
the
that,
iPhone.
But it's also like, how would that work? And the way it works is like, oh, so it's Sonic? Like, the Mario just runs, and then you hit the screen to jump.
Right. Well, it's more like...
Or it's like Temple Run or something.
Yeah, like one of those things, or like Doodle Jump.
Where it's like, okay, they put a character of an offensive stereotype of an Italian man. How do you know, Tom?
Because
you don't even have a mustache.
Because, Tim, I think he's a positive role model for the Italian community.
Yeah. He's got a good job as a plumber.
He's got a good job. He grows.
I wish...
He's got himself a nice girlfriend, a princess.
I wish the games were more about plumbing, though. I don't see why we're focusing always on...
Because of the pipes.
Yeah, no. But, like, yeah, he knows about pipes because he's a plumber. That's what
he knows
makes him...
And as all plumbers, he knows how to go into the pipes.
Yeah. But we're focusing... I'd like a game where maybe the princess doesn't get kidnapped, and we're just Mario in his day-to-day life going on jobs. Like, I
don't think he works anymore once he got to the Mushroom Kingdom.
Wait, he just lives in the Mushroom Kingdom?
Yeah. Like, I think he
how does he earn a living?
He was a plumber, like, in the real world, and then he got transported to the Mushroom Kingdom. And, like, he doesn't do his plumbing stuff there. He just saves the princess. And, she's royalty, so she's got money to, pay him, like, a stipend.
Like, save her every couple of years?
Yeah, she, like, keeps him on a retainer.
I'm gonna get kidnapped again. We both know this.
Yeah.
Bowser, this guy's relentless.
Yeah, and you refuse
even though
to
you
just
dropped
kill him
in the lava by jumping over him and hitting the key thing, freaking
it wasn't
25 years ago.
It wasn't a key, it was an axe.
It was an axe?
Yeah, and that's why the bridge goes da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, because you chopped it with the axe.
All right. Here's what I'm saying. Not interested. I'm not going to download this game.
You said to me earlier today you're like, Mario for iPhone, that's all I'm going to do with my life from now on.
I said that's going to change my life, and I was waiting for you to reply. This was on chat.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to be like, really? And I was going to go, no, you idiot. Who cares about this? It was a classic setup. Classic bait and switch.
Well, I didn't fall for it.
Well played, Tom. Do you want to solve a problem?
Yes.
Let's do it. Hey, this is Tim and Tom Solve Your Problems. I'm Tim.
Tom.
Tim,
off mic, you talked even more shit about this game. You play more iPhone games than anybody I know. You're going to play this game. You're going to love it.
What do you mean? I played 2 Dots.
Yeah, but you play iPhone like...
on the subway.
Yeah.
When I'm not reading important literature.
Right.
It looks like a dumb game.
Which is always. It doesn't look like a dumb game. You look like a dumb game.
I do look like a dumb game because I'm a human man.
The one thing that
deserves
I will say
respect.
that people picked up on, they were like, oh, finally, Apple convinced them. Apple's getting the game first, but it's also coming out on Android.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Anyway.
Looks like Apple got played.
No, it's just...
not so deft, are they, huh?
No. I think it's just like Apple partisans are like, oh, well, they're finally coming... And it's like, no, they're going to make this thing for anything, they're trying to make money.
Yeah, this isn't about money, Tom. This is about honor.
Mario's honor?
Yeah, all right, we're going to solve a problem real quick. If you have a problem you'd like us to solve, email us at thecompleteguidetoeverything@gmail.com. And we can't stress enough, if you're coming to one of the live shows next week.
Yeah.
Next week-ish.
Get that email in.
Yeah, and let us know it's for the live show.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do it. It'll be great. It'll be the highlight of your whole life.
Put the city and date in the headline.
Yeah.
In the subject line.
In the headline. All right. This one comes from Liana.
Ooh, exotic.
Yeah. Hi, Tim and Tom. I've been listening for 5+ years.
Wow.
And I recommend the show to everyone.
Thank you.
I love you both equally. No, that can't possibly
yeah.
be true. The problem is, I recently got engaged, and I love my guy,
But not as much as us.
and we have been together for years. She doesn't say how many years, so
Yeah.
she might have been listening to us for longer.
Sounds like it. Why else would she obfuscate?
Yeah. But he is 12 years older, which is never an issue until it comes to music. He stopped paying attention to music after the 90s and doesn't know any new artists and doesn't agree with me about how fun pop music and how cool rock sounds.
Is she like 80 and this guy's 92?
He likes acoustic guitar. It's okay, I guess. And mostly listens to ambient sounds or really weird and dated techno, which I don't like.
Understandably.
We can never listen to music in the car or at home because we can never find something to agree on.
Mm-hmm.
We like the same movies, events, food, art, and pretty much everything else, just not music.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had this problem? How do we solve this? Thanks, Liana and Nathan. She acts like Nathan's in on this.
Yeah.
Nathan's not in on it.
No.
Nathan's 100 years old, right? He doesn't even know what a podcast is.
Yeah, if he stopped listening to music in the 90s, he's like, oh, is that something I can...
I kind of stopped listening to music in the 90s.
Is that something I can get on Real Player, a podcast?
Can I stream this on Real Player? Hold on, I have to update Real Player real quick.
I not seriously have I ever had this problem. I like went out on a few dates with a girl that one time was like mentioned that she was really into Maroon 5.
Yeah, but you know what?
And I was like, no, but she was like a diehard. Like, I get, like, okay, yeah, they're a popular band.
Because she was a Levine head, or she liked the like.
No,
the
she was
songs?
just like, the artistry.
I think she might have just been a Levine head.
I mean, I could get that. He's a handsome man.
He is a handsome man. He had a horrible acne problem though, and I can't look past it. Look,
Well,
I know
you
we
can
gotta
look
clear
past it now because he got.
Yeah, but just knowing that was the case,
he's got
it's like, oh,
Provasic now or whatever, and he's fine.
yeah, what the hell happened? Well, like he's
Not Provat. That's from The Fugitive. That's the the thing that the guy steals.
they faked the trials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Proactive. That's the one.
Proactive.
Yeah.
The thing is, why? Like he could just get like a Coca-Cola endorsement. Why would he get a Proactive endorsement?
Because I would bet that they gave him like equity in the company.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right, that was one problem solved. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think the older you get, the more you realize it doesn't matter if you guys are into the same music. Find like how often are you in the car that you have to listen to music? Just listen to the Hamilton soundtrack. That bridges. Hey, you know who likes that? Barack Obama, Dick Cheney, freaking young people too. They all love it. Just listen to the Hamilton soundtrack.
It's not just for presidents and vice presidents.
Yeah, well, it might be, but if you,
I mean, it
or
is-
maybe aspiring presidents.
Yeah, it's about a president, so
Yeah,
you know.
well, it's not about a president, but a president's in it. A couple of presidents
Yeah.
are in it. Tom, it's also long. It's like 3 hours long. So
Yeah.
just whenever you're in the car, just listen to the Hamilton soundtrack. And then when you're, doing your own thing, he can listen to his weird techno, and you can listen to Gabby Gabs a lot, or whoever the kids are into.
Once in a while in Hamilton on Broadway, they should have like a night where it's like time travel night, and like a president from the future comes.
Like they changed the show?
No, just like in the middle of a song, Richard Nixon shows up. Oh, where am I?
Oh, from... I thought you meant like our future.
No.
Like, I am Zork
No, I mean, you could do that.
Arnarn.
Oh, Tim,
I was elected president in 2257.
No, that'd be great. But they changed the election years too. Now it's
You gotta think
Yeah.
at some point.
they just forget.
Yeah. Like, how many years? I don't know. It's the future. We got
Yeah.
other things to pay attention to. We're freaking out about the earbuds.
The dog problem?
Yeah.
The sentient dog problem. There's it's only a problem that they can't even listen to music in the car. That stinks.
Yeah.
Show tunes, like you said.
Yeah. Or
well, it sounds
Smokey
like maybe
Robinson. Who doesn't love Smokey Robinson?
True.
Bridges all gaps.
Well, yeah, you got to figure get some of the classics in there.
Yeah, and I hate to break it to you, Liana.
Mm-hmm.
He likes acoustic guitar. You like new pop music? You ever hear this guy Justin Bieber?
Yeah,
He's got this song, the "My Mama Don't Like You" or whatever.
I don't think I've heard that song.
You have.
My mama don't like you. But yeah, there's new pop with acoustics.
Yeah, just listen to Justin Bieber,
Mm-hmm.
the Hamilton soundtrack. Lisa Loeb, stay if he likes the '90s. That's going to be great.
Yeah, he's gonna
Everybody,
love that.
yeah, and guess what? You'll love it too.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody will love it. Smokey Robinson,
He'll love
it's classic. So everybody loves it. Smokey Robinson, and Michael Bublé.
it. Mm-hmm. Got it all figured out. There's a solution.
Or here's the thing.
Or just keep listening to this podcast. Screw music. Swear it off forever.
Or here's what you do. You, when he goes to sleep, first maybe you drug him with nothing bad, like maybe
Chloroform?
a dose and a half of NyQuil,
Mm-hmm.
right? But so he doesn't notice.
Right.
And then number one,
Just slip it in his evening milk.
bake his favorite pie.
Uh-huh. With NyQuil?
No,
A
when he
NyQuil
falls
pie?
asleep, after he falls asleep.
Okay.
And then very gently put some headphones on him.
Mm-hmm.
And you play softly the music that you like, today's hits, pop music. So he's hearing that while he's asleep. And also, you're holding the pie close to his face. So he's smelling his favorite pie. He's having a great time. He's relaxed. He's smelling a great smell. He's going to associate subliminally these songs with great feelings. Just put one on in the car, and suddenly he'll be transported back to his restful, wonderful smelling, happy place, and he'll be like, man, I love this song. Me and you, we love the same music. We should get married.
Now, why wouldn't you cut out the middleman and just get a Yankee Candle with a pie smell?
Because those, Tom,
You don't want to
they're
set the
a
sheets
fire
on fire.
hazard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm against candles. I think, you know what? We got past candles as a society. We have electricity. It's not worth the risk. And I mean that in all situations, everybody. And don't risk it with candles.
And you could extrapolate the same caution with headphone jacks.
It's true.
Yeah.
And it'll be a lot easier for Liana to get those headphones in and out of his ears.
Right.
If
Yeah. No
they're
pesky
not
wires.
tangled. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you have a problem you'd like us to solve, you can email us, thecompleteguide@gmail.com. Like Tim said, if you're coming to one of these live shows, send us your problem. Put the venue and date you're going to be there in the headline, in the subject line. And maybe, just maybe.
You don't even have to put the venue. You can put the city.
Yeah, we'll figure
Or
it
just
out.
the date. Or if it's Scotland, just the city or the country, because we're only there one day.
Yeah.
Look, just let us know somehow what show you'll be at.
We'll trust you to figure it out.
Yeah. You have a variety of options.
And if
but, does that turn into the paradox of choice?
Well, I mean... all right.
Now they're like, I can't choose which way to do it. I just won't write this letter.
Yeah. That's
and
why
mail it to us in physical mail. Did we say that?
No.
Don't email us.
Yeah, and if you want to come to one
Just
of those
actually
shows,
email us.
tcgt.com/tour. You can get tickets for those. I think the London shows are close to being gone, especially that Saturday night. So hop to.
Hop to, he says.
You can find out more about the show at tcgt.com. You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/complete guide. You can follow us on Twitter. At Complete Guide. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram.
Are we sure it's you on Twitter, though?
Tim, you can be sure. It's certified. At Tom Reynolds.
Or me, if you want more of a rebel who doesn't need the approval of some corporate overlord at your pal
and
Tim.
if you're okay with the risk that it might not be Tim at all.
Yeah, it might not be. It might not be super PC like Tom's
It might be somebody who's going to steal all your information.
by tweeting at you,
Uh-huh.
by hypnotizing you through my tweets.
Do you know? So I found out one of the perks of being verified.
Are you allowed to say this?
Yeah, if I tweet at somebody, they get a push notification.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yo, I'm going to be like waking you up in the middle of the night.
I don't have push notifications on.
You will when I give it to you.
God damn it.
You can also check out our Reddit, reddit.com/r/TCGTE.
That's run by Kat.
Yeah.
Kat's great. We're going to see her in Edinburgh.
We are. It's a lot of fun.
She's going to bake us a delicious pie, she said.
And play us some music that she likes.
Dose us with a lot of NyQuil.
And if you want to support the show, you can do it two ways. The easy way, do all your Amazon shopping at tcgt.com/Amazon. Doesn't cost you a thing, an extra thing. The stuff's not all free. Come on.
That would be a great life hack.
Yeah. But you support the show with your purchases or tcgt.com/pledge, where you can support us on Patreon and get a bunch of fun things, such as Amazing Facts, which is the season of Amazing Facts, the series of Amazing Facts. It's almost over, and then a new series will begin. But this week, Amazing Facts about horses.
Terrifying.
Terrifying. Yeah, 2 terrifying facts about horses
Yeah.
that will haunt your dreams. And I think that's all the things.
Yeah. What else did they cover at the Apple event today?
There's no home button anymore. It's just like a taptic engine. So the button, when the phone's off.
The fact that you're saying taptic engine.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Well, Tim,
Wait,
it's
when
an
the phone's
engineering
off,
term.
what?
When the phone's off, you press that home button, nothing happens. It's solid. But then when it's on, like I'll show you with doesn't that have a taptic? Your MacBook Pro?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe.
What does it do? How does
It
taptic
feels like it's a button, but it's not actually a button. It's
I don't
want
to press it right now because it'll stop recording.
Right. It just uses like magnets to make it feel like something's happening.
Yeah, but I don't care. Like what do I
Well,
care that
the
like
one thing-
it's not a button but it feels like a button still. It's like
The button,
cool trick.
They'll be able to make the button make all kinds of different feelings.
Like love?
Like love and hate and rage.
Oh, these are my favorite feelings.
Yeah. Well, now you'll be able to feel them through your thumb.
Nice.
Or an index finger.
Yeah, who touches that button
Oh,
with their index finger?
and-
What pervert?
And the 7 Plus has 2 lenses for the camera.
Cool.
It is cool, you idiot.
Ooh, it's more lenses, so it must be great.
Yeah, double the lenses.
I can't wait till they have 100 lenses.
Good. Maybe they will one day.
Yeah.
Then you'll be sorry.
Yeah, maybe they will, and I will be. I'll probably be dead. Or I'll be the president and CEO of Apple Computer.
We'll see you next week.